Yeah. Ego, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, 2 Glocks or a chopper. I'm hella indecisive and life is full of options. YouTube, what's going down? G365 checking in with you again. We got a little tabletop review, you know, quick drive-by. What we got today is the Smith & Wesson M&P 9 Gen 1, okay? It's the first gen of the M&P series. This is clear, you know, YouTube compliant. This is clear. You know, nothing in the chamber, nothing in the mag well. Safe direction, no bang bang. All right, now look. Smith & Wesson brought this bad boy out 2005. They introduced them. They was like, hey, look, man, Glock, y'all been really wrecking shop since like the late 80s for real. Not really the late 80s. Y'all been wrecking shop for real since like the mid 90s. You know what I'm saying? Both civilian and, you know, contractor and law enforcement wise. We got to get something in the game, right? They had back in the day like the 5900 series guns or single stack 9s. Those are rocking really well. Obviously, they're like the king of the service revolver. You know what I mean? Ruger's kind of on the heels with that, but Smith & Wesson kind of got it locked up. But in 05, they came out with a striker fire, you know, something that had a good capacity, a good standard capacity, sort of pistol for people to be able to use. And honestly, y'all, they knocked it out the park back then, if you want my opinion. Real nice, slick, but hard Melonite finish. Dual slide releases. You know what? We're gonna call these slide stops. I don't even know why people call these releases. I know that they get marketed that way and you can use them that way, but honestly, just for my brain, I'm gonna call them a slide stop because I feel like that's all they reliably good for. But rant over. Dual slide stops. The serrations are deep and they have a nice sort of offset of angle to where it kind of feels like you're getting a good bite no matter which way you go at it. They come standard with metal sights, okay? Looking at you, Glock, metal sights. Even though they 3-dot, you know, not nice sights or nothing like that, but still. Let's see, we can even go on. Replaceable back straps. The magazine release is reversible. You can reverse that to the other side. Pick rail with 3 slots. I've never seen anyone need more than the front or the rear, but for whatever kind of setup you got, they got something there for you. The beaver tail, keep picking it up, putting it down, y'all. Beaver tail brings it out enough in your hand where you don't really feel like you're gonna get a lot of slide bite or something like that, because I got some chunky joints, you know what I mean? The bore axis is a very nice amount. I kind of say it's lower than Glock, but we're gonna do some comparison here eventually and we can kind of see that for ourselves. Real quick before we move on, I just remembered Smith & Wesson did come out with a couple different striker fire, you know, defensive handguns like the Sigma series, you know, the SDVE kind of economy series. They did something with like Walther where they did like a crossbreed kind of deal, like a P99, which is pretty much Walther's design that they kind of licensed. But none of that really got traction to really kind of compete with Glock, or what I would say got enough traction to compete with Glock until the M&P 9 Series 1. Now, moving forward to a little bit of a size comparison, I do have my Gen 3 Glock 9. Matter of fact, let's do this. YouTube compliant. It's gonna take me a while, y'all. I know your other favorite YouTubers are good and fast about doing this stuff, but I'm still trying to get the ropes. Okay, now that it's clear. Kind of a size comparison in the hand there. You gotta forgive the 19 because it is a touch shorter, but this is more of a comparison to kind of give you the idea of you're getting a pretty much full-size gun. There's nothing, you know, to mistake about that. A lot of folks think that like the new subcompact isn't really a subcompact anymore. It's more like a compact and so on and so forth. Things are getting smaller. And since that's already clear, we'll just leave it there. But yeah, man, Smith & Wesson, they really did a great job when it came to this gun. A lot of people's complaints right off the rip are the trigger. This trigger is kind of a hinge sort of deal. Here, I'll show you. Again, clear, same direction. Now, see if I can do this way. It has a real good amount of pre-travel, and you get to a wall that's sort of spongy. See, I'm sort of sponging on that wall, but then as soon as you kind of get to the back of that sponge, you know, it breaks, and it breaks audible, and it's crisp. It is a crisp little break. And then when you go for the reset, let's see, gun cycles, blah 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 blah, reset out there, and you can see how I kind of had to bump myself back down to the wall. It has a really strong return. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like you're gonna have any issue with outpacing the gun, if that makes any sense, when you're trying to shoot kind of fast. But here's the hinge sort of deal that I was mentioning. A lot of people don't like. When it comes to the Glock, some people know. Well, some people don't know. A lot of people do. But clear. I'm a left-handed shooter, guys. So in order to make this as seamless looking as possible, I got to keep doing that back and forth flip-flop. Now, trigger with this one. This one has a apex trigger in it, but same sort of deal. You still kind of see the difference. There's a nice amount of pre-travel there, but the wall is real stiff, and then you got a nice break. What I like more about this trigger over an M&P or a different sort of trigger is the reset. It's not only audible, it is super strong. I mean, when I say I can run this gun quick, not mil-spec mojo quick, but quick. Okay, like you can really get some shots off whenever you're ready. That's kind of the quick and dirty on this bad boy, man. Smith & Wesson M&P, Gen 1. I guess you could say things get greater later. They came out with Gen 2. The metal is now out, and I actually have one of those that I can do some good comparisons to and show y'all that too. But even still, y'all, Gen 1, I feel like they running the same kind of legacy as Glock. They go through hella torture tests. They ain't been dropped off buildings, all type of crazy tests that ain't even, human realistic. They ain't put Glocks and other guns through, and there's been some tests even they've came out on top over the other guns that we all know and love. So next time you out in the gun store and you want to rent something different, you ain't never shot one, give it a try. If you're looking for something new, these things are all over the place. It's police trade-ins, 9 and 40 and 45. Pick your poison, grab it. You're looking for something, you want to, you want to arm somebody in your family, things of that nature where they can't afford something, but you want to get something reliable. Or even one of these guys, I say use CZs, Smith & Wessons, and Glocks. Can't go wrong, honestly. Even use SIGs within reason, but we ain't gonna go there. All right. If y'all enjoyed this in any capacity, I appreciate a like. I appreciate a subscribe if you ain't been here before, because I do drop very consistent, if not every 2-3 days, at least once a week. And I try to keep it fresh, try to keep a perspective that a lot of people, don't have, where it's not scripted and I ain't getting paid by nobody. These are all firearms that I own or are on loan from some other people that I know and love. And I'm bringing you a real world, boots on the ground kind of perspective. This is the perspective of the guy that's behind you in the gun store. You know what I mean? We both broke, just trying to spend our couple ducats, So if y'all want to go spend a couple dollars and get you a decent little 9, can't go wrong with the M&P, y'all. Really can't. All right. G365. Make sure you carry it, man, because it's all love, no lack. Catch you in the next one.